Is there a way to play the melody, the bass, the backbeat and even chords at the same time on a single guitar without using a loop pedal? Good news, there is, and in this video I want to share with you how it can be done. The fingerstyle technique I'm about to show you can be applied to a huge variety of grooves and music styles. Basically everything with a backbeat. For a start, let's focus on an easy 4 beats per measure, mid-tempo country music groove. For all examples in this video, I'm gonna use the E minor pentatonic. The first step would be playing the bass and the melody without the backbeat. Yeah. Try the same thing with different root notes. If you're not familiar with this kind of playing, you should definitely spend some time on it. Now let's move on to the backbeat. The backbeat can be played by slapping with your thumb onto the strings. Use the whole thumb and let gravity do the work. The backbeat is always on beat 2 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's bring together the bass and the backbeat. E. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Nice. Of course, you can also play a walking bass line with the backbeat happening at the same time. The important aspect of this technique is that every note on beat 2 or 4 has to be strummed by the index finger while the thumb is slapping the backbeat. The whole trick is to make it happen in one single movement. Let's have a melody with the backbeat. There also you have to strum with the index finger on beat 2 and 4 whenever there's a melody note. 1, 2, 3, 4. Regardless of the complexity of the melody, the backbeat has to be strummed on 2 and 4. In a slow tempo, you can get away with using just the index finger, but I recommend alternating between the index and the middle finger when the melody gets busy. You can also apply a swing feel. Alright, now let's bring together the bass, the melody and the backbeat. With this exercise, you play 3 different parts all at once. The ring finger is playing the melody and the thumb is picking the bass on 1 and 3, while slapping the backbeat on 2 and 4. Try all kinds of rhythms for the melody and keep the bass and the backbeat steady. If this is too hard to play, you should probably spend more time on practicing only the melody with the backbeat. By the way, the left index finger has the important role to mute the strings while strumming the backbeat. Here comes another example. Now, to bring all the four elements together, all you have to do is playing a chord on every backbeat. Here the ring finger of the right hand is picking the melody. 1, 2, 3, 4 would be a melody just in E. Or G. This shouldn't be a surprise to you by now. If you want to hear a chord on a backbeat, you have to strum it with the index finger. The melody note coming in on beat 2 has to be strummed with the index finger as well. Here, on beat 4, the index finger is not strumming all the way through. It stops before hitting the high E string. We want to keep the melody note ringing. Let's try another explanation with this diagram. If the melody note is on the high E string and the bass is in the low E string, the strumming is taking place in between. If the melody note is on the second or fourth beat, so on a backbeat, it has to be strummed. If that's on the second beat, we need to strum it with the index finger. If we have melody notes on the B string, for instance here, the index finger can only strum in this area, so it has less strings to strum on. If the melody is moving to the G string, then it gets smaller and smaller, up to the point where we only have the melody note here and just one string for the strumming, but it's possible. So that's the concept. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the concept is pretty easy, but it takes time to get it into your fingers. Start with easy rhythms and save 8 notes and more complex rhythms for later. The better you know the neck of the guitar, the notes, the scales, the patterns and shapes, the more fun is the journey. So the melody is on the high E string. Here's another example where the melody only comes in after 8 bars. As you might have noticed, this technique is not a very loud way of playing. Try to keep the backbeat constant but contained so that there is enough headroom for articulation and phrasing in the melody. There's one more little trick I'm using quite often in combination with this technique. It is a rasgueo on beat 1 or 2 to have a ringing chord while the bass and the backbeat keep on going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Doesn't have to be on the 1. I hope you enjoyed this little breakdown of that particular fingerstyle technique that might give you a lot to practice, but that's also a lot of fun to play with. Please let me know in the comments if you have any questions or suggestions. I might do more videos featuring this technique, applying it to other grooves and music styles, so please subscribe and hit the bell if you want to be in the loop. Thanks a lot for watching, have a beautiful day, talk to you soon.